Welcome to Miami. With your fancy little getup, I take that you're either here for business or pleasure. What will it be? Hopefully both, I pursuit?
Fire Warrior here. Today, since I have interviewed everyone else, I figured that I should throw my hat into the ring and basically give out some information about myself. Today, I will be having Taren interview me.
Yeah, pretty much what happened is that we were walking, or rather, I was walking down the hallway. He told me his plan because apparently I was the only one in the area, and then I got dragged off into this closet.
Yeah, pretty much. The good old studio. It's only... I need more space.
Yeah, you definitely need more space. I mean, I can literally just bump my freaking elbow on this wall over here.
Yeah, sorry about that. Art kinda took over the hangar, and then Phalangius took over the studio for his swords. The cat is being a cat, and Luca keeps on summoning anomalies all over the place. This closet's the only safe space.
Since when did we have a cat around here?
I don't know. The cat was always here. What was that? Oh, okay. Just a slight explosion. No big deal.
Okay then. I'm finding it a bit concerning how frequent that's coming recently, but whatever. I'm pretty sure and someone else can fix it this time.
Yes.
At any rate, we are here to interview you, not to waste our time in this yap session or whatever it is that we're having right now. So, let us begin by simply unfolding the basics. Tell us right now, from the just tell us who you are. Let's just start with that.
Well, I am Fire Warrior, and I am a smuggler from the 23rd century, specifically in the year 2277. I live in a world where there is high corporate, high magic type of deal due to the awakening that happened in 2012, which brought magic back to the world, which had caused a lot of things to go downhill. And in that time, you do have several corporate wars and several government collapses and that type of deal. Like I said, I am primarily a smuggler who operates in the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay, you said that there's pretty much corporate wars. I'm going to imagine that the governments just sort of let this happen. Or am I wrong here?
It kind of happened. Like, 2012, from what I gather from the history logs, was a very chaotic mess. Or was it a little bit before? Either way, you had mass starvation, people were dying, people got desperate, and due to, like, security concerns, the corporations basically bullied the government to maintain their profits and basically their assets.
Wow. So essentially, pretty much my world, except everyone just discovered magic much later in their development cycle, instead of right at the beginning.
Pretty much.
Well, that's an interesting contrast right there. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I see why you dragged me into this. Alright. Then let us begin by exploring the next topic. How exactly did you end up as a smuggler? You look kind of a more relaxed kind of person, if I may ask?
Well, I'm a shadowrunner. I was primarily born into the life. Due to me and my family not having a sin, which is a identify code that people need to be able to function in a society, due to me not having one and the rest of my family, we were kind of just left in the wayside. And in order to make ends meet, we kind of had to do some illegal stuff.
So essentially, you're the opposite of me. You. Okay. Whereas I do legal stuff, you do the illegal stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, I guess that explains how we were able to pretty much just get along okay in that regard.
Yep.
Okay. You said something about a sin. I'm guessing this is some kind of tech thing.
Yeah. I think it's social integrate. I haven't really paid attention to it. I just hear the common folk who work in these fancy corporate buildings saying, "Oh yeah, I need my sin. My sin does not have any money. My account. Oh my god, this is having so many issues." Or,
Please do not. Please do not say that in a church.
Yeah, that would probably be a bad idea, just because, ooh, those angels are so uptight.
Anyway, you were saying before I interrupted you?
I think that was probably it. Just, oh, my sin, oh no, I need this, or I may get in trouble.
Okay. Well, do tell us then exactly what you can do. Well, I've already seen what you can do, but for our listeners and viewers.
Other than just being a little chaotic, because you've seen how I acted in at least in the archives and other shenanigans, I'm also a natural smuggler. Even though this is not my specialty outside my jurisdiction, I can also pilot a ship. The reason why is because I used to own a ship. Specifically, I used to own the Evo Walker, which is supposed to be a houseboat, which is built for long distance travel on the ocean. Because, like I said, I basically do a lot of smuggling.
I see. Well then. In that case, I would like to move on to the question that I think it's burning on everyone else's mind. Essentially, how exactly did you end up with this particular ship?
Oh, this ship? Well, it's a bit of a long story. During one of my runs in smuggling operations, I kind of got impounded by the Aztec Corporation. They found quite a bit of contraband, and amongst other things, and I basically probably should not mention it just because the great overlords may have my head. And so in order to get my ship back, I kind of had to perform a job just to get the necessary funds to unimpound my ship. And as a result, I took a job up in New York City. From there, from what I gathered, they found a crashed alien starship that was just off the harbor. And with some of my technical expertise and knowledge when it comes to smuggling, I would go into the ship and try to see what kind of tech that I can salvage and sell off to the highest bidder. Good news is that I did find quite a bit of loot. The bad news is that I accidentally operated the onboard AI, and the onboard AI realized what was going on and decided to take off.
So essentially, we can surmise that the reason you end up the owner, in quotation marks here, of this ship was because of a heist gone wrong.
Pretty much. It was supposed to be a snap and grab, and I just ended up in space in another dimension.
Is this the reason why the AI is snappy with us?
Yeah, pretty much, because I kept on trying to get back home, and I kept on making things worse, broke more things, and at one point, I accidentally broke the AI's voice box. This is why we are stuck with the beeping.
Okay, that would explain quite a few things. But would it be fair then for me to say that if we were to end up returning to your world, we'd have to be concerned with the fact that the ones that employed you for this job would essentially, have marked you as someone who just up and ran with their, this big wandering prize that they've so eagerly desired.
Yeah, pretty much. And I even have bounty hunters after me because, thanks to magic, they're constantly sending in bounty hunters to drag me back home.
Is that what that guy was the last time? The one with the big, strange gun?
Yeah.
Okay, remind me then to reinforce security around this place. I'll have to go speak with Ark.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, you said that there was magic in your world. Do you by any chance have any magic?
I do not. I lean more into the cybernetic stuff, and the reason for it is because I never awakened to magic. Instead, I just kind of went into the technology things. I'm primarily a street samurai with some rigging to it. I have a cybernetic enhancement called a smart link, which allows me to connect to the ship, and so when I am piloting, I actually feel everything that is going inside of the ship. Even my guns are smart guns, which are supposed to help me aim.
I see. Well, for starters, really good on your equipment and guns. That could actually help out a fair bit. Also, what the bloody hell is a street samurai? I am now imagining a guy in fancy robes and freaking, I don't know, bowl or wrapped up hair just walking down the streets with a sword around his waist.
Oh, that is just basically street samurai is just a guy. We're just using slang at that point. We either use the funny sharp swords like a literal katana, trying to pretend that they are a weeb in Tokyo because they're like, oh, I'm a street samurai, I have a sword, I have this fancy katana. That's nice, loser. I have a shotgun. Checkmate. And then you just have the logical, more intelligent street samurais where we just have the gun. Though there are some, iterations of it. Like, I would probably be more of a weapon specialist than a basically melee specialist guy.
I see. So if we ever end up in your world, we need to expect this level of slang.
Yes.
Okay, then fair warning, if we ever go to a world similar to mine, be wary about using that title. The actual samurais, if they have any in their own worlds, would probably start questioning a few things.
Oh yeah, similar thing as well, though we do have the red samurai, and they're basically have a bigger stick up their butts because they're like, we're from Japan! And it's like, that's nice, darling. I had to deal with a few of these types.
I see. Okay, then. In that case, I believe, for us to get a bit of a lay of everything, one really good question needs to be asked.
Yeah?
What can you tell us about your experiences, shall we say? Any particular rough moments that you've experienced aside from the, your current predicament?
Oh, yeah. There was a time where I went down to Brazil, and I kind of had a bit of an incident with the local cartel. And let's just say the cargo that I was basically transporting was basically a plant that was basically placed on top of me by the FBI, and oh boy, that was one big shootout because not only was I dealing with the cartel, but I also had to deal with the FBI that were operating within Brazil. And so both sides were basically out to get me. So at one moment the cartel was shooting at me, and in the next moment the FBI was shooting at me. And I was basically stuck in the city, several Brazilian cities for several weeks in my underwear. Let's just say trying to get into my boat was not fun.
Okay, I have questions. Namely, why were you in your underwear? But I think for the sake of everyone's sanity and and yours, for what little remains, it's best we do not explore that direction.
Yeah, please don't.
Okay, duly noted. Putting that under insane tendencies. Any other task that was particularly easy that you were able to handle without the excessive levels of excitement that one had?
I had to secure some politician's pension, and his pension was literally just anime figurines of the colorful variety.
Are you telling me you had to at one point secure a politician's pension who pretty much just had bloody? You know what? No, I'm not gonna say it.
They had very big balooza.
I'll bet.
Yep.
Okay. Let me think about this for a little moment, because I actually do have one final question, but I don't even know how I'm going to ask this.
Oh?
You know what? I'll just come out and say this. How exactly do your people endure all of this? Because it sounds like it's just incredibly hard there. Like, it sounds like there's a whole lot of crime.
You would actually be surprised. Even though when we do have all that crime, you do have good people, ironically. Like, sure, you may have a gang member who would basically rob a bank, commit crime, so basically contraband, but at the end of the day, he's basically more interested in supporting his family.
So essentially, people are just committing crimes because it's more of a job than anything else.
Pretty much. Just like with my smuggling operation, my father would smuggle in quite a bit of contraband just to put meat onto the table. Or
I see.
in my case, soybeans. Or soy whatever.
Well then.
Yeah.
So essentially, crime is so normal where you were that pretty much was considered practically a job, just like any other job would be.
Pretty much.
Okay. Okay, that's kind of dystopian, but also kind of makes sense considering everything you just told me.
Yep.
Well then, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have any other questions to ask because right now, I'm gonna actually. You know what? I do have several questions to ask, but I don't think these are the kinds of questions one would ask in an interview.
Fair enough.
That said, I believe I have no real proper questions to be asked as of this time. And to that point, I would say this may have been quite enlightening towards our listeners. Unless you have any final thing you would like to say.
I do not, and I see the cat is in the air vents and it's messing with the wiring.
What? Again?
Yeah.
Wait a
Oh,
minute. Are you telling me that all this time it was this damn cat messing with the... Oh no.
Oh no, 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 no! Run!
Shit.
Grab! Please, don't forget to like and subscribe!